is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
ESPN Cleveland presents Tony Grossi's Top 5 Preseason Storylines. Number 3.
Defenses dominated almost every day of Browns training camp. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, and Malik Collins have made life tough for the quarterbacks. But amid this gauntlet of veteran defensive players, 2 rookies have also stood out. They are defensive tackle Mason Graham and linebacker Carson Schwetzinger. The top 2 picks of the Browns' 2025 draft will look like immediate impact players.
Follow Tony Grossi's Browns coverage all season long on the Land on Demand.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Riz. Right now, buy 2, get 2 free is back. No interest for 5 whole years and restrictions apply. 216-518-8900. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
ESPN Cleveland presents Tony Grossi's Top 5 Preseason Storylines. Number 5.
When minicamp ended in June, rookie second-round pick Quinshon Judkins was on track to succeed Nick Chubb as the Browns' feature back. That all changed when Judkins was charged in Florida in July. Now it looks like the Browns will fall back on Jerome Ford and rookie fourth-round pick Dylan Sampson to handle the running back duties. Judkins' rookie season is not over, but it's not starting on the positive note the team had hoped.
Follow Tony Grossi's Browns coverage all season long on the Land on Demand.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night. The Colts officially hand the reins to their Week 1 starter.
I understand this league and how it works, and you've got to perform at a high level week in and week out, and that's certainly what I expect of myself, and I'll be, expecting of all of us in this offense. I think we all have high expectations of what we can be.
Aces take the mound to Detroit as Hunter Brown and the Astros battle Tarek Skubal and the Tigers.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, he's starting to dial in the changeup.
That's the spot right there, Dan. Down and away. Tarek Skubal continues to do that. It's going to be a good day for the Tigers.
More trouble brewing in Cincinnati.
Patrick's defense constantly helps him along the way. One of the best. Lamar's got top 3 defense in the AFC. Josh Allen's defense is constantly top 5 when it comes to turnovers. Joe is literally 2 hands behind his back right now, trying to drag this team to some type of notoriety.
Plus, Asia Wilson tries to lead Vegas to their 8th straight win as they take on Atlanta.
Shot clock was winding down, and Asia Wilson looking for the 3 ball and gets it. Lead to the Aces, their largest of the game.
So you know how I think of things when I have free time and I shouldn't?
Yep.
So I was wondering, the person who invented the clock.
Yeah. Which one, the digital or the hand?
The first clock ever.
Okay.
How did that person know what time it was?
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Probably real live hands on that sundial. Sports Center all night. ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Win streak on the line Tuesday in Denver. Rockies, winners of their last 4 as they hosted the Dodgers. And boom, second inning.
1-1 pitch. And Ohtani rips it deep to right field. This one heading back, and it is gone. A home run into the Rockies bullpen. A bullet hit right over the fence, past the 375 marker. Showtime in the Mile High City. Home run number 44, and Ohtani retakes the National League lead in home runs.
Okay, hold that thought for a moment. Dodgers out in front early. They would stay in front and extend the lead by the 7th.
Smith with a hit tonight. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's got another hit as he hits it up the middle. Here comes Ohtani being waved home. Betts around second on his way to third. It is 10-4 Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports, 10-4 at that point. Dodgers would win it 11-4, 12th time this season the Dodgers have scored at least 10 runs. Second time since the All-Star break. Shohei Ohtani 1 for 5, but does hit his 44th home run of the season in that win. 2, as we heard, retake the NL lead. Yeah, about that.
Swung on, line deep to right field, and that is going to tie the RBI mark. A solo home run for Kyle Schwarber here in the bottom of the first. Phillies strike first. It's 1-0 on Schwarber's 44th of the season.
It's just amazing.
Sports Radio 94 WIP. Home run number 44, same as Ohtani. And Schwarber also ties his career high with 104. He had 104 RBI in each of his last 2 seasons. Schwarber with that home run in the bottom of the first. Phillies weren't done. Game was tied 4-4 in the 8th.
The pitch swung on, hit deep left field, and that one is going to put the Phillies in front. JT unloads. Wow. It's a 2-run home run, and the Phillies are back in front here in the bottom of the 8th, 6-4.
Sports Radio 94 WIP, 6-4 the final as the Phillies get the win. Schwarber with the big home run, number 44, in the Phillies win. Schwarber with 44, Ohtani with 44. Speaking of home runs, Yankees, Rays, and oh my.
High fly ball, deep center field. Pereira back, on the track, at the wall. See ya! A long home run, high off the batter's eye. 40 for Judge, and a 1-0 Yankee lead. High drive, right field, Mangum back, turning, looking, see ya! The Yankees go back-to-back. A home run for Bellinger, it's 2-0 Bombers.
Yankees get back-to-back home runs in the top of the first. Oh, wait, there's more?
High drive, right center field. Mangum back, track, wall. See ya! The Yankees go back, to back, and they lead 3-0.
Giancarlo Stanton with the 3rd in a row. Back-to-back. Kind of physically impossible because it's your shoulders that would actually touch, but that's beside the point. Stanton with 1. What's that? Not 1?
High fly, right field and deep again. Mangum back, track, wall. See ya! Stanton's done it again. A 3-run shot. Balls are flying out of Tampa. It is 9-2 Yanks.
Stanton with a pair of home runs. Oh, he'd have company?
High drive, right field. Mangum back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya! The 8th home run for the Yankees. The 2nd for Bellinger. It's a 12-2 Yankee lead.
Bellinger with his 2nd of the game. And don't know if you caught it from Michael Kay on the YES Network. The 8th homer of the game for the Yankee. Rays outfield is pretty much just standing at the wall at this point. 8 homers for New York. My apologies. That's an incorrect number.
1-2. High fly ball. Deep left field. Simpson back. Track. Wall. See ya! The 9th home run for the Yankees. They've tied the most that they have ever hit in a game in team history. And the Yankees with lucky 13. They're up 13-3.
And believe it or not, they hang on to win over the Rays. 13-3 the final. Yankees with, 9 home runs, tying the single-game franchise record. They now hold 2 of the 4 all-time games of 9 home runs. both this season. Yankees' first team in baseball history with multiple 9-homer games in one season. They hold a 1-game lead over the Mariners and Red Sox in the American League wild card. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, 14 straight wins. And as we know, everybody's happy. Of course they're happy. Everybody in Milwaukee is getting hamburgers. In fact, that's happening later today. Perhaps upwards of 180,000 burgers being given away to celebrate the Brewers' win streak. That said, that accomplishment that they're celebrating might be quickly falling off the radar. The win streak came to an end Sunday with the loss in Cincinnati. Monday, the Brewers opened their series with the Cubs with a 7-0 win. Tuesday, doubleheader against those Cubs wasn't the best of afternoons.
And the pitch to Willie, driven in the air, deep right field. It's got a chance, gone. 3-run homer, Willie Castro. Cubs lead 5-0.
And Chicago would take the opener 6-4. And then in the nightcap.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive. Fair ball bouncing into the right field corner area. It hits the sidewall. Casey getting the green light. Here comes the relay. The throw to the plate. He slides. He scores. Going to third is Bush. Cubs lead 2-1.
Cubs radio network with the call. Chicago sweeping the Twin Bill with a 4-1 win, winning both of the games of a doubleheader for the first time since May of 2021 against the LA Dodgers. Meanwhile, as for Milwaukee, Brewers have now dropped 3 of their last 4 since that 14-game win streak that came to an end over the weekend. In Boston, Orioles, Red Sox. Baltimore holding a 3-1 lead. Red Sox trying to get something going. Bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, no outs. Rico Garcia comes on for the Orioles, strikes out Duran, Story, and Yoshida. Boston's 3, 4, and 5 hitters. The Red Sox come away empty-handed. Bottom of the 9th, the Orioles still up 3-1.
Here's Lowe. Swinging a drive in a deep right field. At the track. At the wall. Gone! Nathaniel Lowe. His first Red Sox homer. Ties the game at 3. Welcome to town. You're not in Washington anymore.
True, but that homer only tied the game. Didn't give anybody one of those curly W's. WEEI 93.7 FM. Boston ties it up in the 9th. They head to extra innings, which the Red Sox have seen before. This would be their 19th extra inning game of the season. Most in Major League Baseball. Nobody scoring in the 10th, but in the 11th.
0-2, 1 out, 11th inning. The pitch to Basayo. He swings, hits a tapper up the first base line. Picked up by Wong. Shovel toss goes to first base. Basayo is out, but down comes the run to score. Jackson is in to score. The Orioles have got the lead 4-3. Dribblers will work fine, too.
Yep, since that right there would be the difference in the game. WBAL with the call. Orioles 4-3 win in 11 innings over the Red Sox. Boston's 19th extra inning game of the season. 12th extra inning loss. 2 more than any other team. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Anthony Richardson goes out of the gun, ball in the near hash. Backs the throw, and he is decked from the left, and he is sacked and buried. He took a big-time hit, but more importantly, hangs on to the football, and the Ravens with a sack off the left edge.
And he's going off the field, Matt. He got hit unabated. There was no one blocking. The protection was totally not there.
As it turns out, unable to protect the starting role in Indy as well. 107.5 The Fan. Tuesday, Colts coach Shane Steichen naming Daniel Jones as his starter.
I thought the competition in training camp was great by both of those guys. I thought they both competed really hard, and it was good to see them cheering for each other and battling the way they did. And you guys heard me talk about the consistency, and that's really what I was looking for. And I think Daniel did a great job doing that, and I think AR has made strides in that area. But I do feel that, he still needs to continue to develop. The behind-the-scenes stuff that people don't see with Daniel Jones is his work ethic, the way he connects with his teammates, the operational stuff in the huddle, the communication, the checks, all that. And I think we got a good group around him. Overall, our football team, offensively, the weapons we have, that I feel that he can be successful in it. Look, he's our starting quarterback for the season. I don't want to have a quick leash on that. I feel confident in his abilities.
Shane Steichen pointing out Anthony Richardson needs more work. Similar sentiment midseason last year when Richardson was benched for 2 games. Steichen saying at the time Richardson needed to improve his game preparation. Colts had back-to-back losses with Joe Flacco as their starter, and Richardson was sent back in. Richardson starting this season as the backup to Daniel Jones.
You got to respect the decision. I feel like he's a better fit for the team, better fit for the outcome of us winning. So you just got to respect it and just keep working. That doesn't undermine any other work I've been putting in. It doesn't say that I haven't improved. I'm proud of the improvement I've made. Shane is also proud of that. So you just got to keep stacking on that and just keep getting better.
Anthony Richardson saying the right things to members of the media. His agent, meanwhile, going hard after the Colts, telling ESPN, quote, "Trust is a big factor, and that is, at best, questionable right now." Richardson's agent, Derek Jackson, stopping short of demanding a trade, but wondered if the decision had been predetermined, with minds being made up when the Colts signed Daniel Jones in March to that 1-year, $14 million contract. Jackson telling ESPN, quote, "We have a lot to discuss." As for the decision itself, ESPN analyst Sam Acho and Mike Tannenbaum, Mike T giving it a thumbs down.
They made a mistake. When you look at Anthony Richardson's lack of experience, he only has 13 starts coming out of college, 15 in the NFL. By way of comparison, Caleb Williams last year had 33 starts coming out. Jaden Daniels had 55. This year's first pick overall had 57. Quarterback development is not in a straight line. So if you're drafting Anthony Richardson saying, hey, he's our guy, we know there are going to be bumps in the road. Look, Daniel Jones has some ability, but he has struggled with sacks, turnovers. He's only played 1 complete season himself. So if we're drafting Anthony Richardson with the 4th pick in the 2023 draft, let's live with the growing pains because he has such great upside.
I don't think there was much of a discernible difference when it comes to either quarterback. Both of them struggled in the preseason. Both of them had flashes. But the little bit of reason why you might say Daniel Jones should be the starter is because of decision making. I go back to that sack that Anthony Richardson took when he broke his pinky, not adjusting to the coverage. You have to understand that the coaching staff has to be able to trust your quarterback to make the right decisions at the right time. Like I said, neither quarterback really elevated themselves in this competition, right? Neither one won, excuse me. But it seems as if Daniel Jones did a little bit more to show a level of comfort and confidence for his coaching staff than Anthony Richardson. And so the reason that Daniel Jones became named the starter is that the game started about 10 days. You have to pick somebody because neither one really discern themselves from the other.
Sam, I totally understand that. But to me, the only way you're going to become more consistent is with more experience. And like we said, when you compare him to some of those other recent quarterbacks that came out, he has dramatically less reps. And to me, that's why you just say when you put him in there, he has such upside that we're going to live with the growing pains. We're going to give him that experience. So hopefully when he makes a mistake with the protection, that doesn't happen a second or third time.
Daniel Jones named QB1 in Indy. Irreconcilable differences might be what we're headed to. That's next. Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Angels baseball is right here on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Man, O'Hoppe swings at this one. This ball is clobbered as well out to left field, and that one is way out of here as well.
This summer, don't miss a moment of every Angels game.
Deep down the left side to left field, and it's out of here.
Every big play, every strikeout, every home run of the Halos is right here. Just click the Angels tile when Angels baseball is on, and you're hearing all the action on the all-new ESPN LA app.
192. And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight. Oh, in the jungle, the quiet jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight.
It just isn't the same without the lion. Join the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance today. Visit sdzwa.org.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. My show, The Rich Eisen Show, is coming to ESPN LA Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. Just in time for kickoff for the football season. 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. Presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial uses insurance that flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages, even payment options. Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need, quote, in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Sports Center all night.
I think it's the biggest problem Jerry Jones has had since the 90s. When was the last time a player said, I don't want to play for the Cowboys?
When he says don't lose sleep over it, that tells you that he views this almost like a game in some respects.
I never understand this dance that they do.
No progress, and we might soon be seeing regression in Dallas. No movement being made towards a long-term deal between the Cowboys and Micah Parsons. ESPN insider Adam Schefter says the bad blood, in this particular instance, has really gone beyond the normal negotiations and posturing that we generally see every year and what the two sides say publicly.
I just think that, Dallas always has drama. Jerry loves the drama. He likes to create the drama. And there's going to be drama with this now and going forward. For all I know, the two sides decide to sit down at the bargaining table and they hammer out a deal that makes Micah the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Could that happen? Yes. There's zero indication, that that's going to happen, that there's going to be a reverse. And it sounds like at some point in time, whether that's now, after the season, after 2 seasons, it sounds like the two sides are headed towards a divorce at some time.
Parsons, 12th overall pick in 2021. He's been seeking a new deal as he goes into the final year of his rookie contract. ESPN analysts Sam Acho and Mike Tannenbaum.
Let's tamp it down. Look, I would never disagree with our friend Adam Schefter, but we have literally experience going back to 1989 So when you think about Jerry Jones has owned this team now for roughly 36 years, he is not in the business of moving on from stars. Obviously, he traded Herschel Walker a generation ago, but going all the way back to Emmitt Smith and Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, there have been bumps in the road. And look, we even saw Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs miss a game not too long ago, Phil. But I think we are a ways away from Dallas moving on from Micah Parsons. Now, maybe to me, in the short term, nothing happens, meaning no trade, no play. Then we would get into more of a situation where Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville, where he had to hold in, missed a lot of time, eventually traded to the Rams. But I think we are weeks, if not months, from that happening. Again, we have 36 years of data that says Jerry Jones doesn't move on from stars.
36 years of data, Mike, but just 16 days until the Cowboys open the NFL season. Sam, you live in Dallas. How do you believe this situation between the Cowboys and Parsons ends?
I don't think it ends very well. We have 36 years of data with Jerry Jones not moving up from stars. We also have 80 years of data of Jerry Jones being someone who wants to be in control. I negotiated part of the collective bargaining agreement sitting across the table from Jerry Jones and other owners. He's a guy that doesn't want to give up control. He understands that he could have Micah Parsons under the franchise tag or pretty much under his control, if you will, without a new contract for the next several years, really till 2028. And so to make him the highest paid player right now when he doesn't have to, that's a proposition that I'm not sure Jerry Jones is ready to do. Now, on the other side, whether it's David Mulugeta, who's the agent of Micah Parsons, or Micah Parsons himself, I don't see either one of them budging. David Mulugeta has negotiated over $1 billion in NFL contracts. He knows what he's doing. And so I don't see him budging off of his mark either. So this is more than just a bump in the road. It's probably a lot deeper than even a pothole for the Cowboys and for Micah Parsons.
Parsons still looking for that new deal as he enters the final year of that rookie contract. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. Back to baseball. Braves, White Sox, Chicago looking pretty good.
The stretch and the pitch. Swinging a drive out into right. It's well hit, and it is gone. Kyle Teel with a 2-run shot. Oh, what a series he's had. It's 10-4.
ESPN 1000 in Chicago as White Sox out in front 10-4. That was in the 6th inning. Fast forward to the 8th inning.
Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball, muscled into right field. Charging Tauchman, lays out, he trapped it. Kicks it back to the infield. 1-run home. Here comes Ronald. He scores. It's a 2-run bloop single off the bat of Drake Baldwin. And the Braves claw their way to the lead in the 8th. 11-10 Atlanta.
Braves all the way back from a 10-4 deficit in the 7th inning, and by the 9th.
2-2 pitch from Iglesias. Swing and a fly ball center field. Harris racing in on a dead sprint. Lays out. Makes the catch. Michael Harris ends the game with a sliding catch in center field. And the Braves complete the comeback to even the series with the White Sox. 11-10 with highlights galore.
680 The Fan. Braves becoming the first team in Major League Baseball with multiple comebacks of 6 or more runs this season, both coming in the span of the past week. Tigers and Astros, much lower scoring game than an 11-10 matchup. This one turned out to be 1-0.
Ford sets. 3-2 pitch. Low, he walked in. Tigers win. Bases loaded. Walk to Gleyber Torres. Tigers pour out of the dugout to mob him at first base. How about it?
1-0 win for the Tigers over the Astros in 10 innings. So 1-0 final. Torres, the walk-off walk.
I got to ask you, I was asking all the guys up here. It was 3-2. The pitcher was all over the place. For me, it was an auto take. What was the likelihood that you were going to swing on that pitch there?
Yeah, 100% auto take. Yeah, I mean, I see the at-bat before. Jumps take 4 pitches in a row. Literally, I see the spin, I see everything, and you know, in those kind of moments, I don't want to do too much. I just want to see the pitch. I take 2 strides, get longer at bat, and you know, I shut it down a little bit. I don't do leg key and anything. I just do top tag. Just try to put the ball in play if they throw me on the sun. But basically, I'm just try to take the pitch.
Gleyber,
Bendiciones, mi niño.
Gracias.
Mira, how great was it to just see these two aces go at it? And you guys seemed like you were looking for things to do, but none of them gave up. How impressive was that? Especially having a Skubal on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, for our side, Skubal, you know, he threw really well.
Skubal, 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. His 9th game with double-digit strikeouts this season. Most by a Tigers pitcher in a season over the last 50 years. Colts make their decision. That's next. SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty, coming up Wednesday. Months ago, I said the Cowboys should trade Micah Parsons. I'll tell you why they still have time to make the right move. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2.
Hey, it's Greg Bergman. If you aren't joining Marcus Grant, Parker Bell, and myself every morning on the Blue Review from 8:30 to 8:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube page, what are you even doing with your mornings? We break down everything from Shohei hitting bombs to Tanner Scott blowing saves. We talk about the highs and don't brush off the lows. Always honest and talking how we feel. It's all thanks to LAX, where changes are arriving daily and transforming the travel experience. The Blue Review every morning from 8:30 to 8:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube page. The Blue Review.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
The Blue Review.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefit.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
The biggest show on the radio.
First of all, the buses did not have the money that Mark Walter has. Yeah. Mark Walter is jumping about 10 levels.
He's worth $6 billion.
Yeah, the buses' money was all tied up within the Lakers. This influx of capital, we're not talking about players. Players do operate under a salary cap. Yep. We're talking about everything else. The rest of the league is reacting to this news.
They should be terrified.
They are. Yeah, because now they realize the Lakers are a have when they've been a have-not.
Yep.
It's money to upgrade your facilities and your broadcast deals and your scouting department. Instead of having Rob run the whole department, the whole front office by himself, I would imagine eventually we're going to have like the Council of Elders.
Smartest guys in the room.
That the Dodgers have.
Mason and Ireland, back Monday at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. My show, The Rich Eisen Show, is coming to ESPN LA Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. Just in time for kickoff for the football season. 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
You're listening to SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter all night, taking you to 6 o'clock Eastern time. Each weekday morning, 6 to 10 Eastern, it's Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman here on ESPN Radio.
Half-hour headlines on SportsCenter all night.
9 home runs for the Yankees in a rout of Tampa Bay on Tuesday. Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber, each hitting number 44 in their respective wins. Daniel Jones wins the starting job in Indy.
Yeah, it certainly is. But, you know, I understand
this league and how it works, and you've got to perform at a high level week in and week out, and that's certainly what I expect of myself, and I'll be expecting of all of us in this offense. I think we all have high expectations of what we can be.
Daniel, obviously you came here for this opportunity. Why do you think this could be different than what we saw over the last couple of years with the Giants?
I think every situation is different. Every season's different. I'm growing and developing as a player constantly, and I think so a lot of things go into it. I think I'm prepared and will continue to work hard to prepare.
Daniel Jones being named QB1 by Colts coach Shane Steichen, who pointed to those same notions, noting the connections that Jones has made and his preparation ahead of games and practices. ESPN Colts reporter Stephen Holder.
It is interesting because in training camp, just giving the eye test, this was a very even competition. And you might even argue without much trouble that Anthony Richardson was in the lead. But there were other factors that went into this decision for Shane Steichen. He talked about some of the sort of the nuances of playing the position, things like the checks at the line of scrimmage, controlling the huddle, the work that happens behind the scenes. He felt like the veteran and Daniel Jones was further ahead in those areas, as you would expect, perhaps, from a guy in his 7th year over the 3rd-year player, Anthony Richardson. So that's what I think tilted this scale here. And if you listen to Shane Steichen, he thinks that will make a discernible difference in the outcome this season for Daniel Jones.
You mentioned Richardson. He was the 4th overall pick, and now he enters year 3 as a QB2. Stephen, they've got a 5th-year option coming up on him in May. What are the team's plans going forward for the 23-year-old?
The Colts have consistently maintained that whatever happened in this quarterback battle wouldn't dictate Anthony Richardson's future. But that's a very difficult thing to see today. I mean, it's easy to say that, but time will tell. Here you have a quarterback who last season was temporarily benched. He lost basically his entire first season with a shoulder injury, and so now year 3 was a critical, pivotal point for Anthony Richardson. He's not going to be on the field. Shane Steichen said that he can still learn while not being out there. He said the classroom and meetings will be big for him, but keep in mind, he had some of those same learning experiences in year 1. What he really lacks is playing time, which he will not get right now going into year 3.
Anthony Richardson's agent not happy about it. Quote, "We have a lot to discuss," tells ESPN. Quote, "Trust is a big factor, and that is at best questionable right now." The Colts going with Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson. Earlier on ESPN Radio, Bill Barnwell.
When the Colts drafted him, I think they saw, the hope that he was going to be the next Josh Allen or the next Jalen Hurts, where he was going to make major strides, and whether it be because of the injuries, whether it be because of a lack of talent, whether it be because of the pressure on Shane Steichen, on Chris Ballard in Indianapolis to retain their jobs after the last few years, doesn't feel like the Colts are willing to put in that patience. When you see a guy you think has that kind of upside, you're going to say to yourself, hey, yeah, we'll wait a couple of years. We're not going to be in a rush. We'll see what happens. We'll give them, a couple thousand pass attempts. We'll give them 3 or 4 years. That's a lot tougher to do when you're actually going through it on a week-to-week basis and you have a guy in Daniel Jones who you think is a viable starter. And so I understand why they took the plunge, but, once they did it, it felt like they were kind of regretting it from, the middle of year 2 onwards. So it's a lot easier to do in theory than it actually is in practice.
Coach Shane Steichen saying that Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the season, not going on a week-to-week basis by any means. SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio.
The Browns quarterback competition officially over. Cleveland naming Joe Flacco their starter to open the season.
Joe, I think, can keep this team relatively competitive. Joe Flacco is what you know. It's the stability that you trust. I think this team will be okay.
Joe Flacco named QB1 for the Browns, and their coach, Kevin Stefanski.
All along, been evaluating our guys, and I thought Joe has performed really well in camp and going back to the off-season program. I thought he's done exactly what we've asked him to do, and I think we have a lot of confidence in him. We talked long ago with every player on the team that, these roles are not given out, they're earned. And that's something that will always be true at any position. I will tell you, I'm very, very pleased with that group and how hard they're working.
You're not going to say who's number 2 for week 1 right now?
Right now.
Cleveland started 4 quarterbacks last season, 5 quarterbacks in 2023, one of whom was Joe Flacco. They've had 40 different starters since the franchise returned to the NFL in 1989. The starter for 2025, Joe Flacco.
You don't take for granted opportunities in this league, especially, to get one at this point in my career is definitely special. I feel as good as I ever have. You get tricked a little bit when you're in a locker room with all these guys. You just kind of assume you're in your 20s, and you keep telling yourself that. But I really do feel great. My arm feels just as good as ever. My legs feel really good right now to do the things that I'm going to have to do. So, I feel ready to go.
Quarterback decision made in Cleveland. ESPN Browns reporter Daniel Oyefusi.
It means that there's some clarity at the top of the depth chart, but everything behind Flacco is still very much up in the air. Just not too long ago, Coach Kevin Stefanski declined to name who would be the backup to Joe Flacco. Now, keep in mind, there's 4 other healthy quarterbacks in this room. We've got Kenny Pickett, we've got Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Tyler Huntley. And when I asked Stefanski if there's maybe still a competition ongoing in Berea, he said that all of those roles are not given out, they're earned, and all of these guys should prepare as if they're the starter. That's life as a backup in the NFL.
But Daniel, whether it's week 1 or week 18, week 5, based on what you're hearing, how realistic is it that this team carries 4 quarterbacks on a 53-man roster?
Well, everything the Browns are saying leads you to believe that it could be a real possibility. Let me take you back to late last month in July when General Manager Andrew Berry said that it's very much a possibility and that they view the back end of this roster as developmental spots for their roster. So when you look at a guy like Shedeur Sanders who hasn't gotten a lot of reps in practice, you could see a possibility of them keeping him along with Gabriel and Pickett and maybe keeping Sanders as an inactive guy on the roster. Well, maybe somebody else who's gotten more reps, such as Pickett or Gabriel, is the primary backup.
Browns coaching staff had a handful of quarterbacks from which to choose. They choose Joe Flacco. ESPN analysts Sam Acho and Mike Tannenbaum.
At some point, they're going to, I would think, look at Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Unfortunately, both those guys got hurt because both, Phil, were actually encouraging in their limited preseason action. But Joe Flacco is going to come in. He's a veteran quarterback. He knows what to do. But at 40 years old, I think it's unlikely he gets through the season. So at some point, be it Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, put them in, give them a chance to play. Because, again, they have 2 first-round picks a year from now. So they need to know what they have at the quarterback position. Again, it's unfortunate that both those guys got hurt because when they did play, their play was encouraging.
We know Flacco starts week 1 against the Bengals. What is the ceiling for the Browns this season if it is Flacco for 17 weeks?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Flacco for 17 weeks. The reason why is this. Number one, Flacco hadn't played a full season since I believe it might have been 2017 or 2018. Not because of injury, but just because there's been other people at the position. But number two, Joe Flacco, the weakness of his game is his lack of mobility. And when you get in a situation with the Cleveland Browns, if you're down in its obvious pass situation, you're going to get pass rushers looking at a statue in the backfield saying, hey, I'm going to go get him. And so that could limit the offensive production and could lead the Cleveland Browns to making a change at quarterback sooner than later. So I think Joe Flacco obviously going to get the start, but there's going to come a time in the season where that lack of mobility could prove a problem, and the Browns will make a switch at quarterback.
Mike, if it's not planned, we're trying to get looks. How do you work the timetable of getting looks for the future and not lose the rest of a locker room?
Right, you have to win for today, develop for tomorrow. I think this preseason week coming up, number 3, I would give them both a chance to play. That may decide who's number 2. And then, of course, you got Kenny Pickett out there who also got hurt, former first-round pick. And then you make practices as competitive as possible, Phil, and maybe that depth chart changes a little bit depending on who does what at practice.
Joe Flacco at the top of the depth chart in Cleveland. See how the others slide into the depth chart as we move along. Sports Center all night. ESPN Radio, back to baseball.
1-2. High fly ball. Deep left field. Simpson back. Track. Wall. See ya. The 9th home run for the Yankees. They've tied the most that they have ever hit in a game in team history. And the Yankees with lucky 13. They're up 13-3.
13-3 would be the final over the Rays. Michael Kay on the Yes Network as Yankees become the first team in baseball history with multiple 9-homer games in a season. They beat Tampa Bay. Giancarlo Stanton hit 2 of those 9.
After Judge and Bellinger go back-to-back there in that first inning, are you stepping to the plate thinking, I got next here?
I got to do it again. More like late and often. It's midnight right now, 12:30. So it was awesome to see. I think we hit 9 tonight. It's incredible across the board.
You hit your second one in the 4th inning, a 3-run shot. You mentioned the 9 total. What was it about the approach tonight that allowed you to exploit that Rays pitching?
Well, I think we were all ready to go at 7:30, and it didn't happen. So, we had to take it out on them a little bit, but just make sure we were focused and, get a win out of tonight.
How did you guys stay ready during that lengthy rain delay?
All hanging out in the clubhouse, really, just kicking back, checking the updates and just having fun in there to be ready to go.
What did you think of the night Caballero had 2 home runs against his former team?
Big time, the revenge game. We like that. I know it's important for him, and it gave us a boost too.
How about Carlos Rodon going out there? Hot night, obviously, the long rain delay, what he was able to do out there on the mound.
Yeah, that was big time too. He did all this pregame stuff. He was ready to go early, and to get that delay and still be locked in, it's big for us.
Back out there in the field tonight, how'd you feel out there and right?
Good. It's good moving around. Good to get a couple hits and keep it rolling.
Giancarlo Stanton with his first multi-homer game since July of 2023. It was his first 4 RBI game this season. Speaking with the Yes Network after the Yankees hit 9 against the Rays. Cody Bellinger also with a couple of home runs, his second multi-homer game this season. Aaron Judge becomes the 6th player in Yankees history with consecutive 40-homer seasons. Ruth, Gehrig, Mantle, Giambi, and Granderson being the others. SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio. Speaking of New York baseball, Mets and Nationals.
0-2 again. Swung on and pounded deep to left field. Woods going back. He is just a spectator. Halfway up the seats and left for Mark Vientos. A 2-run blast. And the Mets have busted this ball game open. 420 feet for Vientos and a 5-0 lead in the third. 3-1 to Soto. Swung on, hit the opposite way and pretty deep. Woods going back, drifting to the track, to the warning track wall, gone! Opposite field home run for Juan Soto, number 31, 7-0 Mets in the 7th inning.
Mets with a 7-0 lead at that point, 880 ESPN New York. Mets leading the Nationals 7-0 there. As for Washington's offense, no.
2 out, space is clear. The payoff to Young. Strike 3 called outside corner. Strikeout to end the inning. And strikeout number 10 for David Peterson. A season high in strikeouts for him as he marches off the field in Washington to an ovation for the Mets fans behind the third base dugout.
8 innings, 10 strikeouts for Peterson. 6th career double-digit strikeout game, his first this season. Mets are able to hang on against Washington for an 8-1 win. A's double up the Twins 6-3. Reds and Angels in a tight one. 9th inning.
Swinging a line drive to right. That's down for a hit. Here comes Hayes racing around third. He'll score. Charging to third is Vincent. He's getting the wave. The throw's into second. Now to the plate. And out is Vincent. The throw came into second. J.R. House tried to wave Vincent around to sneak in one last run, but they're able to get him.
700 WLW. Reds with a 6-4 win over the Angels. They've won 7 of the past 10 to move a season-high 7 games over 500. They stay a game behind the Mets for the 3rd National League wildcard spot. Elly De La Cruz 1 for 3, scored a couple of runs. Team-high 20th game this season with multiple runs scored. Royals a 5-2 win over the Rangers, who've lost 10 of their last 12. Worst percentage since August 6th in Major League Baseball. Royals get their 5th straight win against Texas, their longest win streak against Texas within a season since winning 6 straight in 2003. Calling it a career. That's next. SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
College football is back.
Welcome, everybody, to the college football season.
Virginia Tech faces 13th ranked South Carolina in the Aflac kickoff game. Coverage begins Sunday, August 31st at 2:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN, and on the new ESPN app. More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
And we made the announcement yesterday, starting on Tuesday, September 2nd, a new football season weekday fall lineup. It all begins with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle until 7 a.m. And then the Sedano and Cab Morning Show from 7 to 9 a.m. Then broadcasting live from L.A., the Rich Eisen Show at 9 a.m., Mason and Ireland at noon, and the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show from 3 to 6 p.m. The new football season on-air weekday lineup for the fall starts on Tuesday.
This summer on ESPN LA, don't miss Angels baseball.
Next pitch, and Trout swings at this one, and this ball is absolutely clobbered. That one is over the green monster.
Hear every game of exciting Angels baseball right here on the all-new ESPN LA app.
And you can put a halo over this one.
Just click the Angels baseball tile for every moment of the halos. Angels baseball on the all-new ESPN LA app.
September 2nd.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
And wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale.
Yeah, whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. My show, The Rich Eisen Show, is coming to ESPN LA Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. Just in time for kickoff for the football season. 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, are presented by Progressive. News out of the NBA, John Wall retiring after 11 seasons. The 34-year-old playing most of his career with Washington after he was the first pick in the 2010 draft out of Kentucky. Spent most of his career with the Wizards, but also played with the Rockets and the Clippers. Averaged 23 points, almost 11 assists for the Wizards in his best season, 2016-2017. Third-team All-NBA that year. Injuries plagued the second half of his career. Never played more than half the games in any season, past 6 seasons, and he didn't play the last 2 years. On the court, WNBA, the win streak continues.
Aces have to play straight up D right here. Tracky Young's got a mismatch.
Howard trying to lose Chelsea Gray. The shot is up. Oh! Batting around and a big rebound. And the Aces with the comeback win against the Dream. Is this the playoffs? It sure feels like it.
74-72 on NBA TV. Aces get the win over Atlanta. Asia Wilson, 32 points, 12 rebounds in the win.
It just shows how far we've truly come.
This has been a great journey. The journey's not over, but just to see us come to the game ready and locked in every single night, it's hard to do that on a consistent basis. But we do that, and I love the win today. This was a great win against a great Atlanta Dream team. So this is good to have underneath our belt right now.
Allowed 32 points, 12 rebounds. Again, you said it's hard to be consistent. What is your message in your performance?
I thank God every day that I get to do what I do with the people that I do. This is a blessing to be able just to showcase what we all work on so much. So it's a blessing. It's not easy. I'm glad we make it look easy, but it's not. But you know, I'm just glad that I can be a vehicle of entertainment to these lovely fans that come on every night to watch us.
Becky said this season is about defense.
Oh, yeah.
How about the defense today? 3 shot clock violations and the big stop to seal the deal.
Yeah. I mean, we graded ourselves, and Becky was like, is this a grade that you want to give your parents? Is this a report card you would give your parents? And we were like, hell no. So I hope today that we can give our report card to our parents because our defense won the game today.
And it's a 2-point win over the Dream for their 8th straight win, longest streak since 2023. Mercury topped the Valkyries 98-91. Storm 94-88 over the Sky. In the loss, Angel Reese playing her first game since July 29th after missing 7 games with a back injury. Liberty by 10 over the Lynx. Sabrina Ionescu, 17 points, 11 assists for her 20th career double-double.
You're hearing the crowd right now. It's been a lot of talk about this rivalry. You guys have played each other 4 times in the last 20 days. What can you say about the fight that your team pulled through to get the win here?
I mean, it's always us versus us, and so we're coming out here to be the best team we can every single night, and this crowd fueled us to this win. We got to keep stacking days.
Absolutely. The crowd into it always, but I got to ask you, 11 assists tonight. We talked about the timing, how you were able to facilitate. What really got you in your groove to find your teammates?
Just continuing to attack the basket and read. Obviously, they're trying to not let me get the ball and sending 2, and I got great teammates who are able to knock down shots and continue to find different ways to execute.
Talk to me about that bucket. It was a huge one that you hit there and got the foul. Tell me about it. How did you feel fired up after that one?
Night-night.
Liberty get the first win against the Lynx this season. Baseball, Padres top the Giants 5-1 to snap a 4-game losing streak. They still trail the Dodgers by 2 in the NL West. Diamondbacks a 6-5 win over the Guardians. As for the top sounds from Tuesday, let's check in with Nick DeLuca.
Sports Center all night.
Oh, my goodness. Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you not entertained?
Number 5.
All right, Jay, start on the diamond in Pittsburgh. The Jays visiting the Pirates. Miles Straw flashing some leather on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Scherzer's pitch. Swing and a high fly ball center field on the run. Straw dives, and he made the catch. Miles Straw taking a hit away there from McCutchen. A little more of a liner than a fly ball off the bat. Straw coming in toward right center. Makes the play full stretch, and there are 2 outs.
Number 4.
In Detroit, Tigers and Astros were scoreless most of the night. Winsell Perez made sure it stayed that way on 97-1 The Ticket.
Fly ball to center field off the bat of Christian Walker. Deep and playable. Winsell Perez, top of the wall, makes the catch. Wow! He was tracking it. You could see he had a bead on it, but the question was, would he run out of room? And he almost did, but he hauled it in at the top of the fence.
Number 3.
Ball flying out in Atlanta. Good night at the plate for Michael Harris, but his glove made the difference in the 9th on 680 The Fan.
2-2 pitch from Iglesias. Swing and a fly ball center field. Harris racing in on a dead sprint. Lays out. Makes the catch. Michael Harris ends the game with a sliding catch in center field. And the Braves complete the comeback to even the series with the White Sox. 11-10 with highlights galore.
Number 2.
In the WNBA, Liberty and Lynx in Brooklyn, Sabrina Ionescu, hoop and harm on NBA TV.
Ionescu around a Jones screen. Ionescu outside, extra pass. Cloud kept the pivot. Fires. Won't go. Long rebound. Snagged by Ionescu. Minnesota in the penalty. Ionescu from Queens. Bucket in the foul.
number 1.
And our top sound from Boston, Nate Lowe playing in his first game with the Red Sox and making quite the first impression on WEEI 93.7 FM.
Here's Lowe. Swinging a drive. Hit a deep right field. At the track. At the wall. Goal! Nathaniel Lowe, his first Red Sox homer, ties the game at 3. Welcome to town. You're not in Washington anymore.
Could have felt like Washington for Lowe. Red Sox ultimately lose in 11. Yankees hit 9 homers in their win. Manager Aaron Boone.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of good swings, obviously. I don't take it lightly when we're able to really add on and have a game like this.
It's Wednesday, August 20th. Speaking of baseball, Chris Drury, current Rangers general manager, former NHL player, Little League World Series champion in 1989. Unsportsmanlike up next. I'm Jay Reynolds at ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday, Rob Manfred floated some potential big changes to Major League Baseball. I'll tell you how I feel about potential expansion and division realignment. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Guess what's coming to your morning drive on September 2nd?
Bing, ba-dum-bum, yeah. Ooh, bing, ba-dum, bing.
That's right, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Ooh. Coming this fall. Tuesday, September 2nd at 7 a.m. Right after Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle.
He didn't call you Sedano?
Wake up with Sedano and Cappy.
No. Also lame.
This football season, you are a bit killer on ESPN LA.
You say Kikuchi.
Hi there, my name is Chris Morales. I'm what they call the imaging voice here at ESPN Los Angeles. Thank you so much for listening to us on the all-new ESPN LA app. The question is, have you followed us yet on social media? We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, or X if you prefer, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, at ESPN Los Angeles. Which means you're enjoying listening to us live on the audio stream. Now you got to follow us so we stay connected all day and all night. Let us be your new follow at ESPN Los Angeles.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.